Completing the squares and graphing parabola. I am Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll try to understand how to graph quadratic equation when given in standard form. The best way is to write it in the vertex form, and completing the squares is just the right way to do it. So let's write this equation in vertex form using completing the squares. So we could write this equation as, we'll factor minus 2, that is always the first step. Factor the coefficient of x squared, then you get dividing minus 4 by minus 2 is plus 2, and you have to keep the constant away, right? So that is the first step. The second step is you do half of the coefficient of x, add and subtract its square. So let's do that. X squared plus 2x plus half of 2 is 1, so we'll add and subtract 1 square plus 3. Then, as you know, these terms will form a perfect square. So we could write that as x plus 1 whole square. Minus 1 square is minus 1 plus 3. Now we can open this bracket. I prefer to write square brackets. It makes things very clear. I hope you appreciate it. 2 times x plus 1 whole square minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2 plus 3. So we get minus 2 times x plus 1 whole square plus 5, right? So that is the equation in vertex form. Now from this equation you can read the vertex, which is at minus 1, 5, and it opens downwards. Some of you can use the step method, which I prefer. Steps will be 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on, multiplied by minus 2. So that means it is going down in the steps of minus 2, minus 6, minus 10 and so on, right? Now these parameters will help us to sketch a very accurate graph without doing much calculations. Now let me make coordinate axis here, since the parabola is opening downwards from 5. So what I will do here is that let's say that is our axis. Now let us mark units. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is 5 for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 5, right? So the vertex is at minus 1, 5. That means minus 1 and 5. So the vertex is right there. Now the next step is of minus 2. So if I move 1 unit to the right, I have to go down by 2 units, right? So let me also draw axis of symmetry so that it becomes easier for us to visualize the points, okay? So from symmetry, I know if I move here, I have to come to this point. So basically, let's find one side of points. Next step is of minus 6, minus 2 times 3. If I move 1 unit here, I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's the place, right? So minus 6, and then we have minus 10. So one step to the right, let's go to minus 6. So that is where it is. So joining these points, we get our parabola. Now if you do this on the graph paper, you're going to get fairly accurate result. But here also it's not that bad. So that is how you can sketch a parabola using completing the squares method, finding the vertex, and then plotting the parabola as shown here, right? So this is x-axis, this is y. So I hope it helps you to understand the whole technique. Well, those of you who are not able to understand the steps, what you can do is, at this stage, you can take some values, make a table of values, right? and take values from -1 onwards, right? So x values could be -1 and calculate on one side of it. So 0, 1, 2. So you'll get points for y, right? But the whole purpose is defeated of taking table of values and drawing, because that you could have done even directly, right? So the idea here is to understand how to sketch parabolas without doing much calculations, right? Using completing the squares method. I hope you understand and appreciate it. Thank you and all the best.